1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。アストロズの菊池雄星投手が見事な投球を披露し、チームに勢いをもたらしました。エンゼルスとの接戦を制し、アストロズにとって記念すべき勝利となりました。今回はこちらを詳しく解説している番組をご紹介いたします。ご意見やご感想などありましたら、ぜひコメント欄までお願いします。この動画が面白いと思っていただけましたら、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いします。それではご覧ください。
Job done tonight. Yeah, it wasn't a blowout the way we were kind of expecting, especially, middle of the game. Jordan with the big swing there towards the end to give Josh Hader a little bit of a cushion. But, listen, you're going to take them any way you can get them, especially when the playoffs are right around the corner and you're knocking on the door.
I say it all the time. They don't ask how. They ask how many, and that's what matters.
Yep, and guess what? This is how many is two. 2 nights in a row we are pulling for the Texas Rangers.
Yes, we are.
How about that?
Yes, we are.
All right, we'll talk all about it coming up on the post-game show. Stick around for that. But big hit tonight came off the bat of Alex Bregman. Got the Astros going in this one. He's standing by with Julia Morales.
With Alex Bregman, 23rd Breggy bomb of the season. Take me through that at bat and how big that was for you in the club.
No, just trying to find a good pitch to hit, trying to swing at good pitches all day today, and that was kind of the focus going into the game, and I was fortunate enough to get one out.
Kikuchi allows the home run, and then he gets on a roll. What is it about him in that situation, or how is he able to do that? What do you see from him?
No, I mean, he's got 4 really good pitches. I thought he did a great job battling today. Just like you said, it was homer, 1-run game, and then after that he locked it down for us, so that was huge.
Yep. And then 15 games left. What do you see ahead of you guys? What's the opportunity before you?
I think we got to just continue to play good baseball and play good baseball. That's pretty much it. Compete and play.
That's it. All right, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Alex Bregman with a 2-run home run tonight. The Astros get a good win here in Anaheim to start off the series. We'll be back right after this.
5-3, and you consider the Astros also drew 6 walks and just 2 walks drawn by the Angels, but it was closer than we thought based on that. 5-3 the final score. The game wrap is driven by Buick GMC. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum back here in Angel Stadium in Southern California. Blummer, it wasn't a masterpiece by any stretch, but that's a win late in the season when you need wins to try and win the AL West.
Yeah, and I love that Yusei Kikuchi continues to go out there and pitch well. I know there were a couple of walks in there that came around to score that he probably would like to have back, but at the same time, he really wasn't flustered. Went out there, had a great pitch count when he pitched into the 7th inning. So we're starting to see him pitch better. We're seeing him pitch deep, and I think that's a great sign for the Astros. And every time he's out there, guess what they do? Win, baby.
Unbelievable. 8 straight wins for Kikuchi, who in his last 8 starts in his career against the Angels had not had a team win in any of those. So a big turnaround for him tonight in an Astros uniform. Speaking of good signs, also a good sign to see Kyle Tucker play right field. Everybody in the lineup with a hit, with Tucker out in right field for the first time.
Yeah, that was outstanding. It's just kind of a sigh of relief seeing him go out there, run around. Obviously, we want to know how he feels after being out there in the field for the first time in so long. But what it does, it changes that outfield dynamic. You've got range. You've got another Gold Glover on the field playing defense. And then you move him into that lineup, and it opens up that DH spot, whether it be for Yainer Diaz or for Jordan Alvarez. So it gives Joe Espada a lot more flexibility when he's playing the outfield.
You mentioned sigh of relief. It triggered my thoughts to the Cy Young Award winner, Justin Verlander. 3 Cy Young Awards. One of them he kind of clinched here in 2019 when he got to 3,300 strikeouts in the same game. He needs to pitch well down the stretch beginning tomorrow.
Yeah, the idea of vibes kind of created down here in Southern California, and that's where Justin's had a lot of success. Did well in 2019 in that late game in September to go out there and win that Cy Young. So you kind of hope he kind of just generates some of his own vibes going out there. I know he's working on things, trying to get through there. We're going to look tomorrow to see if he can land some of those sliders and curveballs a little more effectively. He's got a great team to go out there and work against. So hopefully this thing turns around for JV and he has something to work with tomorrow.
All right, a big win to start this road trip, a 6-gamer beginning with the first of 3 here in Anaheim. Astros.
5,000th time in franchise history, the Houston Astros on the winning end of a baseball game. The Astros win it tonight. 5-3 the final score. Franchise win number 5,000 comes tonight in Anaheim in the first of this 3-game series between the Astros and the Los Angeles Angels. We welcome you in studio. Mike Stanton, Josh Reddick, Kevin Eschenfelder back with you. And, tonight was one of those nights in which you go and you play an opponent that you should take care of business against. You had a lot more opportunities probably to score runs, but at the end of the night, you win the game. And that last time I checked, that was the goal, is to score more runs than the other team.
And that's what counts. But yeah, you look at how the Astros went about their business tonight. It was a little bit different, just simply because this was a pretty tight ball game, 5-3. But the Astros destroyed the ball, getting 14 hits. Just had a tough time with runners in scoring position. Bottom line is, pitching staff did what they were supposed to do.
How many times have we said that? Struggling with runners in scoring position. That's something they have to improve on, especially if they want to win more games in the postseason. But 5-3, a lot better looking than 4-3 was what the score was most of the game. So tighter than what it felt like, but it really felt like it never got out of hand when Kikuchi was out there.
Yep. All right, let's show you how this one played out. Astros scored a couple of runs.
Hey, they might have to find me somewhere on that payroll for the playoffs and buy them some wins.
Oh, that's right. We can probably work on that.
Pretty cheap.
Let's talk about Yusei Kikuchi, because all the Astros do when Yusei Kikuchi's on the mound is win. He's pitched 8 times in an Astros uniform. They are 8-0 when he is the pitcher. Tonight he goes 7 strong innings. It was one of those nights probably we've seen him sharper. But you know what? Your job is to get guys out, and that's exactly what he was able to do in this game tonight.
Yeah, only 8 swing and misses on all the pitches, the 85 pitches he threw, and he had 6 strikeouts, so most of those were with 2 strikes. The 2 walks, unfortunately, they both happened to lead off. What was it?
That was the third inning. But it was 8-9 in the order. That's the problem.
They also came in and scored in that inning. So it's just one of those things. Young pitchers out there, leadoff walks will kill you. But you know what? The great thing was he's pitched so well since being in an Astros uniform. He didn't let that affect him. Yes, he gave up a home run in the 4th, but then he ends up putting up goose eggs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and has a great outing. And I didn't think the stuff was outstanding today, but it was good enough. He threw enough strikes, giving up just the 3 hits. I mean, it was just one of those outings that he kind of battled himself a little bit, but he was facing a lineup that he'd had a lot of success against, and the way he's throwing the ball right now, he's going to dominate these guys.
And he could have very easily went out there for the 8th inning at 87 pitches through 7, but, you know, when you got the guys in the back end of the bullpen and what we've seen out of Brian O'Brady lately, it was best to hand it off. But he was looking fantastic to even go back out there. And one thing you really notice about him is you don't see too much emotion from Yusei on the mound, whether he's giving up, well, even after giving up the home run to Mickey Moniak, he didn't have any emotion. He wasn't frustrated with himself, got right back on that mound, and kept throwing strikes.
We got to remember that one of the strikeouts was also, there was no pitch on the 3rd strike.
It was that.
That's why, he didn't throw 86 pitches instead of 85. What have you seen different, though? This is a 33-year-old guy, and I'm not saying that you've been breaking down film of him pitching in Seattle or in Toronto, but how have you seen his game change since coming to the Astros? Because that's what they talked about. It wasn't about throwing different pitches. It was about using them in different ways.
Well, I think really what it is, you know, he's always been a guy that's been able to throw strikes, but it's the quality of strikes, especially when he gets ahead in the count. I mean, you see him when he was in Toronto that he would get 0-2, 1-2, and he would throw a breaking ball for a strike, you know, mid-thigh high, and guys would be hitting it. And now I think you're really seeing him concentrate on expanding the zone when it's time to expand the zone. You know, putting the ball in the strike zone early, that's obviously important. But to put a hitter away, you actually need to make things appear in the strike zone and then not end up in the strike zone.
And there is a thing as throwing too many strikes. When you're throwing too many strikes, you get people in a comfort level in the box of not having to worry about chasing. And if you don't have the swing and miss step, like you said, when you're not hitting your spots, it becomes a whole lot easier for a hitter to zone up and hit him. But what he's doing since he's come over, he's not only staying out of the zone more when he needs to, but yes, he's using the same pitches, but he's using them completely differently than what he did when he was a Seattle Mariner early on. So obviously the pitching change and the pitching selection for him has been a big key
I will
for him.
say this. I think that this was a good move by Joe Espada to get him out of the game when he did, just simply because there was no reason for him to stay in the game. He had given you 7 strong. He had given up runs. You know, it wasn't a no-hitter or anything like that. So get him out and use that good back end of the bullpen and let him end on a high note instead of letting him go out there in the 8th, let him get a couple guys on, and now all of a sudden he's kicking rocks coming off the field.
Retired the last 10 batters he faced in this game. All right, stay there. We're going to hear from Yusei Kikuchi when we come back on the postgame show presented by Whataburger. Also hear from Joe Espada. Stay right there. I don't know how you get him out.
Well, we thought he hit that.
I know.
And it was because of his reaction.
I think everybody, at least in the infield, thought he hit it too. Right. I think he thought he hit it.
When he finished his swing, I think everybody who was watching, and whether you're at home or at the ballpark, I think you kind of held your breath for about a good 2 seconds right there when that swing finished, because of that one little hesitation pause that he had right there. Makes everybody think that he got every bit of it.
All right, the Astros now 79-68, 11 games over 500. Time for us to hear from the manager, Joe Espada. It's presented by Nissan.
She wears a Letterman jacket everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You say, I mean, just he gives up the home run, and then the way he locks it in. I mean, he tends to do that.
You know what? And even not for me, it wasn't even the home run. You know, it was a good pitch, and you know, it was more like the second inning. Third inning, I think it was, when they gave up those 2 walks and they score a couple of, you know, that's something that we haven't seen out of him. But he settled down and gave us strong 7 innings. Fastball slider was really good. That was another strong performance.
He's been even better than you guys could have hoped for when you got him.
You know what? He's been really, really, really good. We knew that it was in there. I'm just glad that he's been receptive and being able to, you know, be open about the adjustments that we wanted to make, and pitch usage and stuff like that. But the arm has always been phenomenal, right? But how's he been able to adjust to our team? And he just feels like he's been here for many, many years. And, you know, I hope he just keeps going.
What happened in Altuve when you guys went to check on him?
Oh, the ball hit the ground and hit him like in the chest or somewhere.
Okay,
so yeah, no. It was just the foul ball hit the ground and then hit him somewhere, chest or something.
And knowing that Bregman's not really at full strength right now with the elbows, what do you Doug, what you've gotten from him, his production-wise over the last couple of weeks?
He looks really good to me, you know. For me, it's more to make sure that the elbow doesn't flare up. And we're doing a really good job of controlling the volume of swings before the game. You know, when he takes ground balls, there's no throwing. And right now, we're doing a really good job on maintaining, you know, that elbow from flaring up. So we just got to keep a close eye on him. You know, I give him a couple of games in a row here, and he's responding well. I just don't want it to become where we have to, you know, give him a couple of days off. We're trying to prevent that from happening.
What is it about Kikuchi's slider that is so effective?
Yeah, you know, so, you know, if when he leaves the hand, it looks just very similar to the fastball. But then last minute, it goes away from lefties into the righties, and it's a very difficult pitch because you're thinking 96 fastball, and then all of a sudden there's an 88, 89 slider. You don't have that much time to think. You just got to react, and he's able to, you know, locate it wherever he wants to.
Yusei Kikuchi from Japan. Gary, he's from Italy, born and raised, grew up in Italy, and tonight gets his 3rd major league start. It was a rough night for him. He just didn't throw strikes. He walked too many people. It seemed like he walked more than 5. That's a lot in 2 innings of work right there, and that's all he lasted.
Yeah, 53 pitches in 2 innings. That's a huge number. But you got to tip your cap to the Angels bullpen, especially Suarez going 3.5, 4 innings, whatever he did, to keep this game close. And there you say, Yusei he was very, very good. I kept, even with the issues that he had, only 3 hits, 85 pitches. You got him out of there on a high note, average 7 strong.
Yeah, Gary came into this game, you know, high pitch, high strikeout, high walk guy. So really good seeing that big fat 0 in front of the strikeout column while having all those walks worked in there in such a short period of time to give them the runs they needed for support. But like you said, really good job by Suarez getting out there and really just keeping the game close and shutting them down for a couple of innings to hope that their lineup could pick them up.
Astros 8-0 whenever Yusei Kikuchi pitches. He evens his record for the season at 9-9. Let's head to the Astros clubhouse and hear from tonight's starting pitcher.
Full walks there. I mean, just how frustrating was that, and how are you able to bounce back?
3点取られた3点に関してはどれも防げる点の取られ方で取られ方だったんで、本当にね、切り替えるのがなかなか難しかったんですけど、ただ1点差で勝ってたんで、次からは絶対切り替えるというふうに、次の1点を与えないというふうに思ってました。
Yeah, regarding those first three runs, I felt like I was able to prevent them from scoring. So, I was a little ticked off myself. But, after that, knowing that it was a one-run game, I was able to regroup and, keep the team in the game.
Have you exceeded your own expectations since you've come to Houston now in these 8 starts?
ヒューストンに来てから、さらにエクスペクテーションを超えることができましたか？
そうですね。やっぱり僕が来て有望な選手3人が出てったっていうのはもちろんすぐ分かりましたし、その中で、いろんな声があったっていうのも僕はいろんな声がファンからもあったっていうのは僕も知ってますけれども、やはりそこで僕の仕事は、GM はやっぱ天才だとそう思ってもらえるように優勝することだけが僕の仕事だと思ってるので、優勝してやっぱ GM やチームが思ってたことは間違ってなかったっていうことを証明したいと思ってます。
Yeah, obviously I heard a lot of what the fans had to say and stuff. So, from there I just want to think that, our GM, Dana Brown, he made an awesome decision. So, I just want to prove everybody, what I'm capable of. And, but yeah, everything's going well right now. But obviously, we got one goal in mind, as a team, and that's just to win the World Series.
You're throwing so much. You're predominantly four-seam slider since you got here. Is that how you pitched in Japan? And is that maybe going back to maybe your natural kind of how you pitch growing? How much has that helped you too?
確かに、日本の時はまっすぐスライダーが多分7割8割ぐらいだったし、今は多分95、6のまっすぐがすごくバッターを差し込めてるからこそ、この2球種で最近は試合を組み立てられていると思うので、やはりまっすぐの球威が上がってきたっていうのはすごい僕にとってはすごく大きいと思います。
Yeah, like you said, I think 70 to 80% of my pitches were all fastballs and sliders in Japan. But, as soon as I came over here and learned how to, throw harder, I think just throwing heaters in the 95, 96 range and getting hitters out that way, it made my other pitches that much effective, including my slider.
You said you heard what fans had to say about the trade. Was that something that motivated you, fueled you? Did you use that motivation?
いや、しょうがないというかね、正直僕が一番びっくりしたし、3人も出すんだっていうのは僕自身が一番びっくりしました。なのでファンの気持ちは分かってたし、ただ、来たからにはやっぱ GM が天才だってことを証明したいってずっと思ってますね。
Yeah, obviously it's a business, and we all understand that. But yeah, I was shocked myself that this team gave up 3 prospects as well. But at the end of the day, I just want to prove that Dana Brown, he's just unbelievable trade.
Why was that shocking to you?
いや、調子良くなかったし、確かに防御率も悪くて勝ってなかったんで、すごい期待してくれてるなって思いましたけど、やっぱり最初はちょっともう少し調子いい状態でトレードされたかったなってちょっとプレッシャーかかりましたね。正直なところ言うと。
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't pitching that well in Toronto, just before the deadline fell. So, it's just, I was shocked a little bit. But, yeah, as soon as I got here, I was, able to put the past behind me and, just make sure I prove my worth here.
What did you see the fan reaction at? Just social media, or what did you hear?
いや、僕SNS とか見ないようにしてますし、ただ周りからずっとそこに24時間 MLB ネットワーク流れてるんで勝手に入ってきますから情報が、僕は遮断しようとしましたけど、ずっと MLB ネットワークがついてるんで避けれなかったですね。
Yeah, I try to stay away from social media as much as possible, but when we're in the clubhouse all the time, MLB Network's always on, so I see everything that everyone's saying. So it's kind of hard to not look past it.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。 面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。